Okay, but there's going to be part 1 and part 2. All right. Thank you for that. I don't follow on that. Marianne, you are going to be the official person to remind me for my recording and all of that now. Right. So
As I say, you can't count on me. That was somebody else's cleverness.
No. We're going to call, okay, whoever. Thank you very much. Right. So Elizabeth made a good point. She said case 40, life expectancy of the bulb is 1,000. So now that we made one change to the program, let's go and compile it. And I'm compiling it and it's fine. And let's go and build and run. So this time, Elizabeth, please enter in a value for the wattage. I want to test that your case is working. So let me see if I can project a response from you. Elizabeth, using my powers of mind persuasion over the internet, I want you to give me a value of Elizabeth.
Yes, I think it's the network. Please enter in a value for wattage. 40.
Yeah. Elizabeth, it worked. I am powerful. I am able to use my powers through the internet. Right. So it's entering a value of 40. And Elizabeth, what answer am I supposed to get, Elizabeth? Elizabeth. Oh man,
sorry, 1,000. I thought I was unmuted. Sorry, 1,000.
Okay. Right, 1,000. Life expectancy of the bulb is 1,000. Great. So now, Elizabeth, that you've tested your one, let's go and see if it still works for Abdul's 25, right? Just to see that it works, right? I know I'm paranoid. Let's run this program. And I'm going to punch in Abdul's 25. Abdul, you there, Abdul?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. 25. Hey, Abdul, it works for you. Now, let's go on with the question. By the way, you'll see, hey, I should actually go and change these things and make it more meaningful. Instead of day, I should put the word wattage in there, right? Wattage. And also, Marianne made a good point about what values that I can enter in. We'll do that a little later on, right? So I'm not going to say C in day anymore. I'm going to take wattage. So my point of this exercise is that I took a working program from the study guide and I modified it to suit the question, right? I'll just teach you a little bit about psychology and all of that. There was a guy by the name of Jean Piaget, and was it Piaget? Piaget's theorem. Yeah, right? He spoke about accommodation and adaptation. So here we are. We have a particular schema, meaning we have a particular way of answering the question, right? And the way was for days of the week. We are taking what we learned in days of the week and we are modifying it. And now we are answering a brand new question, right? So for those of you who are interested, you're going to learn up on Piaget's theories of accommodation and assimilation. And that's what we are doing. And this will now become part of your schema. That's another nice word I'm talking about, right? Okay, so let's go back to my question and let's see if I can answer another one. Elizabeth, you want to help me with the next one, Elizabeth? Wattage of 60. If I had to enter in 60, what am I going to get?
Sorry. If you entered 60, you would still get a watt. Sorry, if you entered a wattage of 60, you'd get a life expectancy of 1,000 as well.
Okay. So Elizabeth, you want to help me with the code, Elizabeth?
Okay. That would be case 3.
Right.
And you would put, yes, that would be case 3, and then you would put 60, and then the count statement would be life expectancy for the bulb is 1,000.
Okay. I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to copy and paste. You know that, right? But thank you, Elizabeth. Now that you've made a single change, okay, 2 or 3 changes, let's go and compile this program and let's run this program. Okay, so let's run this program. And Elizabeth, I want to test your most recent change to the program.
Yes, sir.
Using the powers of the internet, I am now going to ask Elizabeth to give me a value. For Abdul and for Marianne, it's an integer value. And the Marianne, the value is between 59 and 61. Okay, Marianne? Right.
Okay.
Right. What number am I thinking of, Elizabeth?
60.
Yay! Through the power. By the way, I'm in Durban, and where are you, Elizabeth?
Did you say a different value, sir?
No, you said 60.
Yes, 60. And yes, the life expectancy should be then 1,000.
Okay. Thank you. Let's press enter. Marianne, did you think of that number as well, Marianne?
Yeah, she didn't give me much choice.
Aha. Abdul, did you think of that number as well?
Correct. I was thinking of 60.1, sir.
No, I said integer. You're becoming like Marianne now, Abdul. Okay, press enter. There we go. Life expectancy is 1,000. Oh, wow, it works, right? Now, there is another way of doing it, but for now, Elizabeth, if you're doing it like this is fine as well, right? So, let's go and let's see, Elizabeth, if you can help me with the next one as well. If they enter in 75, and the value is going to be 750 hours. Elizabeth, do you think you can help me with that, Elizabeth?
Yes, sir. So that would be our case 4.
Right.
Case 4 would be 75. Let me see the question. 75 years.
Okay.
And the life
expectancy is, let me put that question up on the screen as well.
750.
750.
Yes, the life
expectancy. Right? So the life
Yes, the life expectancy is 750.
750. Right. So I'm going to do that now, right? I'm going to take that Wednesday out. Right? I'm not sure, Elizabeth, if you did it like the way I did it, but this is one strategy I showed you of how to answer this question. Right? The life expectancy is 750 hours. And Elizabeth, do the last one for me, where they tell me that the value is 1,000 is a 100 wattage bulb. Elizabeth?
Yes, so that would be case 5,
right,
where our wattage would be 100,
right,
and the life expectancy would also be 750.
Right. So the life expectancy is also 750. Now, Elizabeth, now that you have this program that you think works, do we need Friday in there, Elizabeth?
No.
No, we don't need Friday, right? So I'm going to click on lines 24, 25, and 26. Elizabeth, do we need case 7, Elizabeth?
No, sir, we don't need case 7.
No, we don't need. Now, if you notice, Elizabeth, I am deleting lines 25, 26, and 27 because all 3 of those goes with case 7.
Yes.
That. Wait. Now, Elizabeth, let's make something more meaningful. I'm not going to say invalidate. What am I going to say? Invalid?
Invalidate. Input, shouldn't it be life expectancy?
Okay, but what values am I using as input, Elizabeth?
Can I interject?
Yes, who was that?
So I'm not hearing you. Your line is breaking.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't speak. Somebody else spoke. Who was that? Who said hello?
Okay.
Hi. Okay, Abdul, what should I say?
You can put invalid wattage or wattage within not a specified range.
Okay, invalid wattage, right? So that will cover what Marianne has spoken earlier of in terms of us putting in a range of numbers, right? Okay, so we always got to think about the student that goes and enters in a value that's not part of that, right? Invalid wattage, or I don't have the life expectancy for that wattage. Elizabeth, let's go and run this program, right? Let's run the program. So I'm going to run the program with all the test data, right? That I had, the test data that I used. And the test data that they spoke about was 75, right? So let's say 75. I'm going to say 75 out there. And life expectancy is 750 hours, correct. Let's run the program again. Life expectancy of a 100-watt bulb is, let's press enter. It's also 750. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
It's true. Okay. Now, Elizabeth, we are programmers, and we got to also test that the program works for something that the person did not enter in. So let's go and build and run. Please enter in a value. So this time, give me a value that we didn't consider, Elizabeth.
Okay, 55.
55, right? So 55 is a wattage of a bulb. And what do you expect the answer to be, Elizabeth?
Or let's say a life expectancy of 250.
According to the program, Elizabeth, look at the program, Elizabeth. Do we have a case for 55?
No, we didn't test for 55.
Yeah. So if we don't
We
have
did.
it, what's going to happen?
It's not gonna, I don't think it's going to input. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna work because no, I don't think it's gonna work.
Okay, and if it doesn't work, what output is going to state? Anybody wants to help Elizabeth there?
Okay, so Elizabeth, if you think about what Abdul was saying to you earlier about the default case activates whenever something that isn't listed comes up. So you've now seen your list, 55 isn't on your list. So it'll go to the default. So if you look at your default, what does your default do?
Okay, if I understand correctly what you're saying, the program will output what I've put in as the default, right? So there isn't 55 on the default, so it won't output, if I'm correct.
Right.
Am I answering the question right?
Yeah, no, you're on the right track there. So your default is no value like this. So
Yes.
is a statement that says this is an invalid wattage.
Okay.
Right.
Will the program actually say that? Oh, okay, all right, okay.
I
No, I
don't know.
understand.
Let's check it out, Elizabeth. I wish I could see you all and I could ask you all to raise your hands and we could take a vote on this, right? Okay, so I'm not sure. If you're not sure, Elizabeth, run the program and see what happens, all right? But you must remember, under exam conditions, you're not necessarily going to be able to fathom this out with a compiler and you working and thinking about it, and you're not going to have Marianne over there to discuss it with you or me, right? So according to the way the switch statement is working is that various cases covers the output. So 60, it said life expectancy of the bulb is 1,000. Now, because I don't have a 55, it's going to go to the default case, which says invalid wattage. So meaning I don't have a value for that, right? So there's no bulb, according to what we have, that has a 55 wattage. Okay, Elizabeth, can you see why we put the default case there?
Yes, I do understand. I understand.
Great,
Sorry,
great.
sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, sir. I'm trying to copy the code as it is. I was a bit late. Can you go back at the top?
Okay, sure. Who am I speaking to? Who am I speaking to?
Masengo Sentle.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Now that you are talking to me, I'm ecstatic, actually. Go ahead.
That's
What's your
fine.
question? What's your question?
No, I wanted to see that because my code block was giving me an error after the first C out. Mine is giving me an error, so I don't know what's wrong.
Okay. If you want to share your screen, you could do that with me, or just talk to me. Look at my screen. In fact, what you do is when you watch the video, pause the video, and you see what I have and what you don't have. All right? Is that a good idea?
Just give me a minute.
Okay, I'll give you a minute.
Because I wanted to see that. Okay. But though everything is the same, case 25, it gave me an error after the 25 colon. So I don't know what happened.
Share your screen quickly, then I could answer your question. And in fact, ask everybody else, Elizabeth, Abdul, Marian, all to help me. I'll stop sharing your screen. You can share your screen. Go ahead.
I don't know if you can see there.
Yeah, I can
error,
see.
so I don't know.
Right. Oh, okay. You went off there.
Can you see?
No. Oh, now I can. Right. Everybody.
Okay.
Oops, it's gone again.
Now.
It's coming. Right. Okay. So it's gone again.
Oh, gone again.
Comes on and off. I'm not sure what's going on.
I think he's in a disco in the club. Right. Okay. It says, oh boy, it's gone again.
Okay, let me send a picture. Let me send a picture of it.
I think the screen is prioritizing the person who is speaking. So that's why it keeps going on and off.
Can you see, sir?
Yes, I can see it. Oh, and it's gone again. Okay, you know what you do? We're going to do this next week, right? Can we do that? Can you email it to me and I'll look at it and we'll talk about that, right? Right now, I'm already right, iPad 9. Okay, great. So
Yes,
iPad 9,
yes.
if you don't mind, I'm going to copy and paste this code into the chat so that you can compare it and check with you, or you can, right. Okay, let's go insert, let's go edit, let's go copy, let's go to the chat, type your message there, Control V. Okay, it's in the chat, right? Oh, there's some other questions as well. Assimilation is
Yes, I just saw. Yes, I just saw my end line didn't have an L. Sorry. I just saw that. My end line didn't have an L. Yes.
I'm
Thank
glad
you, sir.
you found it out. Lovely, right? Now, right, so there's another way of answering this question as well, right? Where you have, instead of going and writing the word line 18 and line 21 again, anybody knows how to do that? So my program becomes smaller. Anybody? Anyone?
Sorry, sir, what are we attempting to do here?
I'm looking at my program, right? I want to write my program such that I combine line 18 and 21 because it's saying the same thing.
So what you could do, sir, is case 75 and case 100 can come one after the other. So if case 75 is on line 17, then case 100 can be on line 18, then line 19 is the code that comes underneath.
Oh, okay. So you say put it like this, case 100.
Yes, colon.
Right.
And then whatever code that is required, then that break statement. Correct.
Oh, so let me compile this thing, Abdul. Let's build and run it. Now I'm going to type in 75. Life expectancy is 750. Let's run the program for 100. Build and run. 100. Life expectancy is 75. So Abdul, I think Abdul got something going over there for him, right? Cool, Abdul. Thank you for that. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, everybody? What do you think of that? Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
I'm here, sir. I'm here, sir. I'm here.
What do you think of that? Okay, right. I just want to show you something else quickly on this thing, right? If, as Marianne pointed out earlier on, if you have a range of values with the switch statement. So if I put down this, Abdul, check it out here, Abdul. Now it covers for, I hope it works. Oops, no, it's not going to work. Let's leave that out for now. Let's leave that out for now. We'll talk about that next week, right? It's already 3 o'clock and I said I'm going to end, and I've got to sort out the garden and the gardener out here, right? At 3 is about to leave. Okay, so can I call it a day? Right now I just want you all to note that, oops, something is amiss here, Abdul. Something is amiss.
You used semicolons instead of colons.
Oops, right. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you. Right. Okay, right, I'm leaving you with a working program. So I'm going to stop at this point. I'd like you all to try it out with lines number 12 and 15 to see if you can do the very same thing so that your program becomes smaller. Now, we don't really have to worry about memory management and all that goes with it, but it's a cool idea to do a program, with a minimal amount of lines. All right. So can we call it a day, everybody? Thank you for accommodating me at 2 o'clock and for putting up with my little bit of a power shortage out here, outage. But I hope you learned something. just to
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, Elizabeth. Just to recap what I tried to give you in terms of a strategy, we took a program that works, the program on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the switch statement of days of the week, and we modified it to suit the assignment question. Okay? If you took away that from today's lesson, you learned something. If I want this to now run 5 times or 10 times, all I've got to do is put this into a loop, which we covered last week or the week before, right? If I put a loop out there with all my statements in here, and I put my curly bracket there, and I take my curly bracket out, so now it runs 5 times, 10 times, or whatever number of times that I had. Okay, so that's one last thing, one extra thing I'm showing you in terms of the loop. To revise what we did last week, if I have a loop, I work with it for one example. If it works nicely, I just put it into a loop and it runs over and over and over. Okay, thank you. My wife wants to go shopping at 3 o'clock. So would you mind if I call it a day?
Day 7.
Not at all.
Oh, day 6. Oh, I got the joke. I got the joke. I got the joke. Thank you, Marianne. We're calling it day 7. Yeah, right. Lovely, lovely. Hey, y'all are getting to grips with my sense of humor. That's so cool. Did we do that joke about how many light bulbs does it take to, how many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? Did I do that joke with you?
Yeah, I think we
Oh,
did.
No.
no. Okay. Who said no? Here's my joke. How many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? Come on, say I don't know. Come on, even if you know the answer and pretend like you're gonna know.
I don't know.
Why you don't know? 0, because it's a hardware problem. It's not a software problem. Ha ha ha. Oh, there we go. We were talking about light bulbs over
Okay,
here. So
I've got
that's
one
what
for you,
I thought
Dr. G.
Yes, go ahead, Marianne.
Okay, why do submarines all run on Linux?
Why do all submarines run on Linux? Okay, Linux is an operating system for those of you not sure. I don't know.
Because you can't open Windows underwater.
Ah, nice one.
Oh, excellent one.
That's
That's smart.
Nice one, Marianne. I give it to you.
I gotta give it to you. That's clever. Oh my word. That's brilliant. Thank you. I'm going to share that with my students when the semester starts. Thank you, Marianne, for that lovely joke. All right. So can I call it today, everybody? Like I said, the wife has to leave by 3 and she's just waiting for me to finish up here. So let me call it a day. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, before the feet start tapping.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the shopping.
Yeah. Marianne knows about that. Cool, right? Thank you very much. Bye, everybody. Let me put my video on and say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Let's stop
Thank
the share.
you. Bye.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rajan R. All right. Let's stop the share. Stop the recording.